Today I'm watching Goosebumps episode 13. Vinny's gonna steal the microphone. This is the last of the 13 episodes that are available on Netflix. Let me know in the comments if you know where I can watch the rest of the series. I was definitely way too scared to watch the show when it came out when I was younger, so I'm trying to be brave and watch it now. The last episode we got to meet this ventriloquist doll named Slappy, which in my mind I'd always associated Goosebumps with the ventriloquist doll, so I don't know if he'll be in this episode as well, if they just picked a random character to go with, but it was definitely a super creepy episode. I know there were similar styled shows that came out around the same time in the 90s, so let me know in the comments if you think I should watch those as well. I really enjoyed watching these, and I'm glad I finally did. Some episodes were definitely better than others, and sometimes the acting wasn't the greatest, but overall I think it was a super creepy series and definitely would have terrified me. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. I'm gonna miss the theme song for sure. It's so fun. The sinister piano. I think I've seen almost every episode that they play in this reel so far. Maybe a few I haven't, but some of them look pretty familiar.
With those long legs, he does look like a spider.
Is that Ryan Gosling? The Canadian legend?
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard he eats rats.
It's cats.
It sounds like him, and it definitely looks like him.
Ew, tasty.
There he goes.
Come on, you guys.
I know he was in the Mickey Mouse Club with Justin Timberlake, so I knew he had acted pretty young, and I've never seen him in this before, so that's gonna be fun. Oh my god.
There he is! Very funny. You jumped? I did not.
He was also in a Canadian show called Breaker High about a high school on a cruise ship.
Scared cat? I'm scared.
Ridiculous, but definitely check it out if you can find it on the internet.
Hey, Bird! Yeah, what? I think this thing's a camera.
Why would you think that's a camera? What would give that away?
Take my picture.
It looks like Batman's helmet. It doesn't look like a camera.
I hope you captured my incredible juggling skills.
Is it some kind of Polaroid? Oh! I kill our camera?
You guys, let's just get out of here, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
And the lighting's like, they've got blue in this corner, red in this corner, green in that corner. Oh, he's back. The steampunk kid is back. What's with all the clothespins?
What are you doing here?
Oh, same trap, same gag. Falls off the stairs.
I didn't even notice I had it.
We've got to put it back.
Ain't no way we're going back now.
How did it capture him falling before he fell?
I took the picture before you fell.
No, well, maybe you only thought you did.
The mind games begin.
I could have sworn.
The camera predicts the future? Okay, that could come in handy. It's very alien. Those are the vibes I'm getting. Oh no. With the front end all smashed in. Oh no, that's not good.
My eyes.
He's been acting really weird ever since he came home.
Have you been acting weird?
No weirder than usual.
Like, just to clarify.
The car.
He will be after he takes a spin in it. Come on, everybody.
No, do not get in that car. He knows too much. How do you tell your family, hey, I think my camera predicts the future and it's horrible? Yeah.
I think there's something I should show you.
What is it, honey?
Oh, the evidence just flew away out the window. It's like, let me get my very spooky camera. Oh, the slow-mo is weird.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
Stop taking pictures of things you love. It's gonna end horribly. The skeletons! Oh, that's so bad, but so creepy at the same time. Oh my god. Still with their full hair, though. It's definitely a cool prop, I'll give them that. It feels very alien, that's my guess. They're going with an alien spin.
They found my camera. Oh, thanks.
You're gonna regret this, bud.
Wow.
I wonder what the actor who played this is like. Yeah, I was the kid who pushed Ryan Gosling in Goosebumps.
Greg, you totally missed me.
Where'd she go?
Leaning against.
Then what am I, invisible?
Yes! Definitely the vampire.
You boys didn't see it.
Can you imagine the guilt he would be feeling knowing that, yeah, but what do? Never let your dad drive the car? Like, how much should you try and convince him before he's, like, doesn't believe you?
Do you know Sherry Walker?
She's disappeared?
Yeah, she's one of my best friends.
When was the last time you saw her?
No. The sunglasses reflection.
At her house, I guess.
No, she's not. She's missing. Disappeared.
No. Things are unraveling.
Well, because you guys are here.
Are you telling us the truth?
This actress looks familiar as well.
This is a picture of a tree.
I guess must be a real bad photographer.
Stop taking pictures. Are these things that only happened because he took pictures? Or would they've just happened anyway and he just saw them before they happened?
It's all my fault. These stupid pictures.
Aggressively tearing Polaroids. Why do they always choose to go back alone at night? Daytime hours would work just as fine.
Sherry, are you okay?
Where did she come from?
Primitive tribes fear the camera. They believe that if it takes their picture, it will steal.
Their soul. Da 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 da. Why the repetition and close-ups?
A camera that predicts the future.
I definitely like the sci-fi element, and obviously someone who loves cameras, it's cool.
You know too much. I can't let you leave. I've worked too long and hard to keep this camera a secret.
What is he gonna do with the kids?
I'm sorry. I have no choice.
Is he gonna take their picture? Oh! Get it! Oh, here we go, yep. These stairs are causing all kinds of trouble. Whoa! Did it suck him into the camera? It stole his soul, like he said? Bye, Spidey. He's trapped in the camera! Yeah, it's like tiny little scream. Oh, that's terrifying. How would you get him out of there? Yikes. Oh my god.
We thought they could hide it from us. Here, take my picture. Here.
Yeah, you think they would have done a better job of hiding it, considering they know what it does. It's a really cool prop, though. Spidey's back. And oh my god. Yeah, Ryan Gosling. Yes, I knew it. Oh my god, that's evil. So that was my first time watching Goosebumps. It was the last episode in the 13 episodes that are available to watch on Netflix. I was definitely not expecting Ryan Gosling to be in this. I knew he was a Canadian actor and I knew he had acted, when he was younger. I think this is the youngest I've seen him act, though, when I've seen him act in things as, a teenager and, a young adult, but I haven't seen him act as a kid, so it was definitely interesting to see that. I know he was on the Mickey Mouse Club, but I never really watched that show. I've seen a few clips clips, but this was the first time I actually got to see him perform, and I feel like his performance has only gotten better. It was definitely not a bad performance from him, but it was just interesting because we know him now as an adult, so it was interesting to see kind of where he started and just some of those earlier performances. And I believe he's also from Ontario. I feel like he's from somewhere around Toronto. As someone who obviously loves filmmaking and movies and cameras and all of those things involved, it was great to see a story about this camera that could predict the future. Super creepy. I love sci-fi, and so having those two elements, two things that I really love mixed together, was so cool to see. I wasn't sure if it was causing the accidents, but then we had that Spidey steampunk character at the end saying like these things were going to happen anyway. You just predicted them. You just had a chance to see into that window before they happened, which again would be terrifying because the guilt of knowing what's going to happen. How do you stop this from happening? How do you know when it's going to happen? I feel like all these events happened the same day or maybe a couple days later from when the photo was taken, but still, those would have been nerve-wracking days. And even if you stop taking photos, these things are going to happen anyway. So it was just super creepy, and the fact that he was like tearing up the photos and brought his friend back, and there's no way to destroy the camera. I was kind of anticipating more of like an alien aspect to it because we don't really know too much about the backstory of the camera. Spidey was alluding to him making it, but also not at the same time. So yeah, it was very interesting. And he's like, that's why I've been hiding away. And the fact that he got sucked into the camera at the end was terrifying. And just that shot of him, close up in the lens saying like, release me, like, get me out of here. Terrifying. It almost reminded me of an episode of like Black Mirror, just including that technology and it taking over your life basically, and inadvertently, having this control over you, and even the way it was taking photos. And I like that the kids are smart in this episode and question, like, how does it load film? They obviously have questions about it, and they're like, well, where would you put the film in? Like, does it need batteries? Like, how was it running? Like, all of these questions I feel like just made the characters so much smarter. It was definitely a cool prop, and yeah, I just think that internal struggle of, do you take photos because you want to know if something's going to happen, and then what do you do with that information once it happens, and who's going to believe you? Like, maybe if he would have showed his dad that photo before it blew out the window, his dad wouldn't have driven the car. And even, having the picture of his friend not being there, again, it could seem like just a camera glitch or something, like she's not there at all, which was kind of reminding me of Back to the Future a little bit. But the fact that you have this power, and like he said, he's like, well, what if someone else gets a hold of it? Like, what are they gonna do with it? What if this gets into the wrong hands? Which is, I think, a little bit of what we saw with the bullies, coming down at the end, and Spidey coming back up and him being like, okay, these kids are gonna be stuck here forever. The other ones managed to escape. These two he's going to keep forever because he doesn't want anybody else to know about this camera, obviously. Also, I feel like he should have done a better job of hiding it. Like, I feel like they found it pretty easy. And for a camera that has such an ability, you think he would have hidden it a little bit more carefully, or put it behind a safe or a lock or something, and that it only predicts bad things. Like, it's not like he was taking pictures of, like scratch cards or lottery tickets or anything like that, and then could see the winning numbers. It was literally just horrible accidents happening to people around him that he cared about. I think this is the first episode we've seen that's focused solely on, two brothers, which was interesting. They definitely stick very strongly to the family dynamic, with the two parents and then the kids. But the fact that we had, they change it up slightly every time. It's not anything crazy. But, in the last episode, there was 3 kids. This one, there's 2. We've seen a lot of brother-sister episodes as well. So I like that they're doing little things to change it up so that someone who, grew up with a brother can relate to that, or someone who grew up as a middle child, like in the previous episode, could relate to that character. When they were in that abandoned building, the lighting was pretty excessive. They had like blue when they were downstairs, and then red in the left side, and green on the right side when they were upstairs. And it was just like they were trying so hard to make it seem like, oh, look at, like, we're doing something different. And it honestly kind of felt like an episode of Creepshow where they're like being excessive, to be comical. And the fact they just had all 3 of those lights within like one shot, I was like, what are we doing? And it's an abandoned abandoned building, wouldn't there be like very dim lighting or no lighting at all? So yeah, it was definitely a bit over the top. And like I said, as someone who loves camera and film, the fact that it only created these Polaroids, you know, just made me so happy. It's not like you had to take a roll in to get developed. I definitely wish there was a few more episodes to watch. I don't know how many books there are out there, but it was interesting just to get this little peek into the world of Goosebumps. I think my favorite episodes throughout the series were the Cuckoo Clock one, the Summer Camp one, and this one I think would be in my top 3 as well. Overall, it was an interesting episode. I love the sci-fi elements. I love the tech elements of this camera predicting the future. And I think if you wanted to, you could go into like, what would you do in that situation? How do you tell people you can predict the future? Is it a blessing? Is it a curse? Like, I think you could go either way with that. So definitely an interesting concept. And I think a big concept for a show meant for kids as well. I feel like the show would have fueled a lot of creativity and imagination in kids. And that's so awesome. And I'm so glad that it exists. It was definitely not a demographic I would have gotten into as a kid. I was terrified. It's still pretty spooky some episodes, but I'm glad that it was out there. And yeah, I could imagine, you know, if you watch this episode, maybe you'd have nightmares, or maybe you'd have an idea for some new project or some creative thing that you were working on. I can imagine, you know, the kids that watch this talking among friends, be like, did you see last night's episode? Like, it was a camera that could predict the future, and just giving them that opportunity to think of these crazy ideas, I think is so cool, because I don't think there's a lot of shows like that for kids. A really creative show, definitely some creepy stuff, some very dark twist endings, but it was definitely a show that was entertaining, and like I said, I'm so glad I finally got a chance to watch it. So thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. The sinister piano. It looks like Batman's helmet. It doesn't look like a camera. The steampunk kid is back. Oh, same trap, same gag. Falls off the stairs. The camera predicts the future? Okay, that could come in handy. Oh, the evidence just flew away out the window. Stop taking pictures of things you love. It's gonna end horribly. Aggressively tearing Polaroids.